Hello and welcome back. So let's continue with our course and just a quick pointer. I wanted to show you we've updated dreamforgeworld.com and you can also register for private lessons here if you would like. If you prefer the academy format on your own time, then that's great. But if you get stuck with something in your projects, consider exploring Dreamforge World lessons. So just a reminder, so in the last lesson, we learned how you create a boilerplate Next.js site without writing any code. And today we're going to actually make it yours. I'm going to flip back and forth between my own personal author website at emildetoy.com. And I want you to take the concepts and not follow me like a parrot, but build your own content. That is how you're going to really learn, by doing it and making it your own. So as usual, let's quickly look at the learning objectives. This is where you're going to give your agent enough context that it produces useful on-target edits. We're going to replace your default Next.js homepage with a personal landing page in stages. You're going to read each change in a source app page.tsx file and confirm it before moving on. And just a note about that, you don't have to understand the code at this point. You don't have to edit it directly. The agent will do it for you. And you should begin to recognize when a fresh prompt is better than continuing a conversation. The longer you continue talking to these agents, the more stale the context window becomes and the more tokens it uses. So towards about the 60 to 70% of context window available, you should consider getting to a good stopping point, do a commit to your GitHub, and then clear the context and continue the conversation. Nowadays, you can tell the agent to remember where we are in your memory so that when you continue the next session, you can say, check your recent memory of where we were and continue from there. So here's an example that you can use to get going with the agent. You could tell it, I'm working in a Next.js project that I just created with a Create Next app, as we've seen, using TypeScript, Tailwind CSS, the source directory, and the app router. I want to turn the default homepage in this location into a personal landing page for me. I'll send you the content in pieces. Please make changes only to the source app page.tsx and source app layout.tsx unless we agree otherwise. Confirm that you understand. So what will happen is the agent will then think about it for a little while, and then you can see if he understands your command correctly and go from there. So let's do this together, and I'll also show you how my emildetoy.com website looks after doing a similar process. Okay, so what we're going to do is paste that prompt into Claude in a minute, but just as a reminder, this is what the boilerplate content looks like at the moment, and we're going to ask it to replace this with our own content. So I just click here, I do Control V, and I will also say ask before editing. You can set the mode for thinking to be high or low. You most of the time can get away with high and thinking. If you get to a complex problem, consider increasing the level of thinking time and complexity for the effort or level of effort. Then just click here. You can open this a little bit like this, then click back there. So immediately he's going to think about what we said. And as we see, he says, understood, I'll wait for your content and limit change to this page unless we agree otherwise. One note, you mentioned source directory, but the IDE has app page tsx open, not source. Want me to check with the layout, which layout the project actually uses before we send context. You see, already is helping us. So we can say, yes, do that. So he's telling us that there's actually no source directory in the root. The project uses app at the root. So the files we'll edit are there, app page.tsx and app layout.tsx. So let's give it some content. So let's say you give him something like this. I want to create a basic HTML and CSS landing page for myself My name is Emile de Tooy. I am an author. The page will have a small overview of an excerpt of my book I am writing and the ability for people to sign up for a newsletter. Let's work on the front-end user interface for now. The users will be able to scroll down to the newsletter subscription after reading the overview of the book called Chez Nous. Just use placeholder body text for the book excerpt for now. Feel free to ask me any questions. We will run on localhost 3000 first. So let's send this and see what he says. Now, because we said ask me questions, and I recommend you always do this, this lets you have a quick start, so to speak. You don't have to do it, but it actually often results in a better outcome. So what visual mood fits our book? We can do literally and warm. You can say my name as the headline, author tagline, or the book title. Let's say all of these. Newsletter form, distant email, and submit. So while the coding agent is working, I'm just opening our terminal. You should do the same. Go to the folder where your project is, and then if you haven't started your localhost server yet, do so now, npm run dev. And we'll be able to watch him build this as he goes. So control left click. And soon enough, when this is refreshed, we will be able to see the boilerplate getting replaced. So it's asking us our permission to update the layout file. We're going to say yes. And you can see it will start updating this file. Just make a bit of room. The green sections show you where it's writing the code. Like I said, you don't have to understand the code at this point. Just know where he's working more or less and what he's doing. And you will see that it's been modified. There's a problem currently, which you'll have to fix, but we can ask the agent to fix it. So after a few seconds, we see some progress in the file when it's beginning to update the details. Let's continue. So he's now working on page.tsx as well. We're going to say yes. So watch him as he works. And like I said, this is important to keep an eye on which files he changes without even yet having to understand how he actually codes all this. He's asking us to start the next dev server. I'm going to tell him no, because we've already started. So you can just tell him we've already started it. Then he might say something like, sounds good, take a look at localhost 3000. Let me know what you'd like to adjust. The typography, the spacing, the layout, the colors, the copy, and so on. The newsletter form is UI only right now. Clicking subscribe just shows a thank you state. So of course, this is kind of what we call a mock-up development process. Later on, we'll hook in the actual ability to do a newsletter. But just build the front end first, get the visuals right, and then you can hook up any actual functionality behind the scenes later. So immediately we can see on our localhost 3000 that he's put my name there. Now we might tell him put my last name next to my name. And there's a placeholder for the author. And just like we told him, there's a read the excerpt. So if we click on that, it scrolls down to the excerpt. We might put a book cover here in the future. And like typical beginning placeholder context, he's just used some Latin here, but we can ask him to put the actual context. But the site is beginning to take shape already, and this is the mock-up for the newsletter, copyright Emile. So we could at this point, if you want to, say looks great so far, here is my photo, and for that you have to put it into the public folder. So you find where your photo is, You can drag and drop it onto the public folder. Then it copies it here. And let me show you a little trick how you can tell him. You can also use the plus button to add a file, but let me show you a little trick. So we can tell the agent, here is my photo, resize it as needed. The file is, and then just type @em, and it will find it right here. And now he knows that we are referring to this image in the public folder. Send that. I'll come back once he's updated the site. Just wait for him to do it on your side as well. So the agent is again asking for our permission. Once you get confidence and experience, you can skip past all the individual information and approval steps and just say allow all edits in the session, for example. For now, let's just continue one step at a time. So he's updating our page, putting the image in. Adjusting the aspect ratio for us. Okay, so he wired in the photo. Let's go take a look. So he put my photo on this side. Now we can see the photo. And this is the basic process that you'll just go over. So do small steps, test what the outcome looks like. If you don't see it immediately, sometimes, of course, you'll have to refresh the browser. But this is how you build a site. So at any point you get stuck with the notes, just come back to your academy and follow the steps in the lesson. But I think my demonstration has given you the faster way to get there. So you can use these notes as you need to. You can add an about section if you want to. You can add a project if you want to do a project site, a contact link, whatever you want to. Just use your creativity, use your ideas. And let's focus a minute on some of the common mistakes. Asking for everything in one giant prompt. Don't do that. So 5 smaller prompts, just like I demonstrated, often works much better. Don't refresh the browser before you save your code in VS Code. That's with Control S or Command S. And don't let the agent invent fake content like dates, prices, social links. If you didn't provide it, ask it to remove it. So you're going to give what we call guardrails and specific instructions. If he does make a mistake, it's no big deal. You just tell him, I don't like that, or I do like this. Keep one thing, remove the other thing, replace this paragraph with another paragraph. So if you haven't done so already, let's get into your assignment. You're going to have a hero with your name and tagline, about me section if you want to, what you do, a working contact link maybe, at least one polish improvement of your choice. And also take the quiz and prep as usual. And when you get through that, just mark the lesson as complete. And I'll show you what I've done since I've already created my actual author website, what the outcome looks like. So this was the mock-up that we sort of built together so far. And this is my actual one at emieldeTooi.com. I even added a bit of music. There's my book. By the way, I'm really writing this book. So if you are interested in reading it, sign up for real. And then I asked him to make it fade to give sort of an anticipation that something is coming and a little bit about me. So in my actual author site, notice I switched over to Emiel de Tooi, not the mock-up that we did together. If you guys want to learn how to do the newsletter, why don't we ask Claude how the newsletter was implemented as a starting point, and then you can do that if you need it as well. So let's try this. So I'm telling the agent, can you create a single HTML page not linked in the app, in the docs, how to set up a newsletter HTML with step-by-step instructions for my audience. That's you guys learning how to integrate a newsletter for their own landing pages they are working on. So we'll let him work that out. And then in a few minutes, I'll show you what he came up with. Okay, looked like he did something for us. Let's take a look. Now, of course, it's showing us in raw HTML, but what we're going to do is open it up externally so that we can do right-click, reveal in File Explorer. So it brings it up on my PC. Then we're going to double click on it. And now you can see what he's done. So this is what he says. He says, we'll pick an approach, create a Resend account. Resend is the third-party platform provider that I used to create the email service for us, and you can do the same. They have generous free plan. I'll provide a link in the description to them as well. You're going to add environment variables, build the API route, add the sign-up form, test it locally, deploy. Now this might be a little bit more advanced, so don't worry about it. We'll come back and cover a Resend lesson on its own for those people that are interested. If you would like to learn more how that works in detail, let me know in the comments in the video, and then I'll make a video just about Resend if there's enough interest. But the overview, various options that he's providing, how to create your account in Resend. Most people will be able to follow this on their own already. You go to resend.com. You have to update your environment. Never share your API keys with people. You're going to use npm install resend to install it. And then create a route. Now you can give this code to the agent and he will do it for you. You don't have to type out the code. And if you're not using Next.js, then you can do it like this. But in our case, we are. You can ask the agent to create a sign-up form for you using this code snippet or very similar to this. Just cut and paste it to him and say, this is how I want it to work. And you can also do it with a simple HTML version like that. And then test it locally with npm run dev, as you guys already know. Then we can go further and deploy it. You push it to your GitHub. I'm going to show you guys that I deploy all my applications to Vercel. So I recommend you do the same. You can use Netlify, but I like Vercel. The RB plan is very generous and free, so work with that. Getting a little bit more advanced. If you're interested. So thank you for joining me today on this lesson. And in the next one, we'll get a little bit deeper into how to save your work with Git and GitHub, how to go live on Vercel, and that's how we'll continue. If you want to jump ahead based on the preview that I've shown you with Resend, and this is now already too boring for you, please do so. But if you get stuck, come back to the lesson. Thank you for watching. See you next time.